Hello everyone, today Nicholas and I will talk about Australia, one of the British Empire territory during 1850s.
The impact of Great Britain on its colonies was so powerful that they still exist up till now. One of the significant examples was the country located in the west southern hemisphere of the globe, Australia.
The surround of Australia is ocean. There are 6 distinct landform divisions in this country, such as grassland, tropical, equatorial, subtropical, temperate, and deserts. The hot, wet summer and warm with little rain in the winter of the southeast part of the continent is known as tropical. In the middle of the Australia is very hot because there is the desert in here and sometimes has heavy rainfall in the east of the Australia.
The British colonies exploit many precious raw materials in Australia, such as coal, sapphires, opal, iron, and even uranium and natural gas, but especially gold. 2 years after Edward Hargreaves discovered gold in Australia, there was a gold rush throughout New South Wales and other regions. The Victoria's economy soared as thousands of people exploited gold here. Coal was so significant to England, where the coal-driven industrial revolution starts, that they developed ports in Australia to transport coal to Britain by ships, such as the port of Sydney. In 1852, 8 tons of gold was carried to England by ships. The way from Australia to England is 7,828 miles, and it could take you 32 to 40 days of sailing.
About the effect, England not only caused negative effects for Australia, it also created a lot of positive effects. First, the British influenced Australia by English language. Thanks to that, people in Australia could speak English. Furthermore, they helped Australia to build modern urban. However, Aboriginal people living in Australia have to suffer greatly as a result of the arrival of the British in Australia. From 1700 to 1920, the number of the indigenous people have fallen by around 90%. The epidemics from Europeans caused the massive death to the Australians. In addition to that, their lands were violently taken by the European soldiers for building urbans. The discrimination they suffer has existed years by year since then.
Australia was one of the most important territories of England because it's not only brought England precious raw materials such as gold, opal, iron, etc., but also a place for British colonies to send British criminals. Besides, they are long-term trade partners as Australia dealt with a large amount of England's exported product, up to 70% of its national imports during the 1880s.
British colonies want to gain the most power all around the world, so they established many overseas colonies. The culture of England had a great impact around the world as they owned more than 15 countries. During 18th century, England became a large empire thanks to the variety of assets from its territory. For example, raw material exploited in Australia. That's all about Australia when they was a territory of the British Empire. Thanks for listening.